Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. We are from Team 6, and today we would like to present our material about credit. In this presentation, we will explain the form of credit, the requirement for granting credit, how to ask for credit, and how companies check credit ratings in business correspondence. Already next. Okay, before we start, my name is Intan Aulia and my teammates will introduce themselves.
My name is Silka Devintasari.
And my name is Muhammad Rido.
Okay, next slide. Okay, first let's start with the forms of credit. The first topic is about forms of credit used in trading companies. Credit arrangement between trading companies take two main forms. The first is bills of exchange or bank draft. The suppliers give credit to the customer for a specific period, for example, 30, 60, or 90 days. The second is open account facilities. The customer is allowed to pay for goods against monthly or quarterly statements. To maintain control of transactions, suppliers may send a confirmation after dispatch stating that goods were sent on the invoice date, meet quality requirements, and requesting notification if any damage occurs while expecting prompt payment on the due date. Further notes, credit dealings are confidential, so communication, example like email or fax, should be used carefully. Jadi, pengaturan kredit antara perusahaan dagang umumnya itu mempunyai dua bentuk utama. Yang pertama adalah bill of exchange or bank draft. Itu adalah metode pembayaran di mana pemasok memberikan kredit kepada pelanggan untuk jangka waktu tertentu, misalnya 30, 60, atau 90 hari. Dan yang kedua adalah open akun facilities atau fasilitas akun terbuka. Nah, fasilitas akun terbuka ini adalah sistem kredit yang memungkinkan pelanggan membayar barang berdasarkan laporan tagihan bulanan atau tribulanan. Nah, untuk menjaga pengendalian transaksi, pemasok ini biasanya mengirimkan konfirmasi setelah pengiriman barang yang menyatakan bahwa barang ini telah diterima sesuai tanggal yang tertera pada invoice, serta memenuhi standar kualitas dan meminta pemberitahuan jika ada kerusakan sambil tetap mengharapkan pembayaran tepat waktu sesuai tanggal jatuh tempo. Nah, transaksi kredit ini biasanya bersifat rahasia sehingga komunikasi seperti email atau fax itu harus digunakan dengan hati-hati. Okay, next slide. Okay, after understanding the form of credit, the next important thing is the requirement for granting credit. Requirement for granting credit is credit facilities will only be granted if the customer can satisfy on one or more of the following. The first one is reputation. Reputation is credit may be given to firms with an established and well-known reputation, which is nationally or internationally. And the second is long-term trading relationship. Customers who have traded over time and build trust, example by paying promptly, may be granted credit based on this relationship. And the third is references. Customers usually provide references to prove creditworthiness, such as bank or financial position director, and the next is trade association, which is a business site or trading history, and the last is business associates or other professional sources. Jadi fasilitas kredit ini hanya akan diberikan jika pelanggan dapat memenuhi satu atau lebih persyaratan seperti berikut. Itu yang pertama adalah reputasi atau reputation. Berarti kredit ini dapat diberikan kepada perusahaan yang memiliki reputasi baik dan sudah dikenal baik secara nasional maupun internasional. Terus juga ada long term trading relationship, berarti pelanggan ini yang telah bekerja sama dan membangun kepercayaan, misalnya dengan memberi pembayaran tepat waktu, terus juga dapat diberikan fasilitas kredit berdasarkan hubungan bisnis tersebut. Dan yang terakhir adalah references, yang berarti pelanggan ini biasanya memberikan referensi untuk membuktikan kelayakan kredit mereka, seperti dari bank, asosiasi perdagangan, atau rekan bisnis lainnya. Okay, the next. Now we know the requirement, let's move to how customers ask for credit. Asking for credit, starting from the opening part, when asking for credit facilities, it is best to go straight to the point and specify what form of credit you're looking for. For example, I'm writing to ask if it would be possible for us to have credit facilities in the form of payment by 60-day bill of exchange. And for the second example, thank you for your Catholic and letter as there was no indication of your credit terms. Could you let me know if you would allow us to settle on monthly statements? Jadi saat meminta fasilitas kredit, sebaiknya langsung menyampaikan inti pembicaraan dan menjelaskan bentuk kredit yang diinginkan. Misalnya, pelanggan dapat menulis surat untuk menanyakan apakah mereka bisa mendapatkan fasilitas kredit dalam bentuk pembayaran dengan wesel selama 60 hari, atau mungkin contoh lainnya seperti pelanggan dapat meminta informasi mengenai syarat kredit apabila belum dijelaskan sebelumnya, misalnya menanyakan apakah pembayaran bulanan diperbolehkan atau tidak. Next slide. After the opening, the customer needs to convince the supplier. How customer can convince their supplier to grant credit? As mentioned above, your supplier will only grant credit if they are convinced that you will not default. So mention your previous dealings with them. For example, as we have been dealing with you for more than a year, we feel that you know us well enough to grant our request. The second example is during the past few months, we have always settled promptly and therefore we feel we can ask for better credit facilities from you. And last is we are well established company and can over references if necessary. Jadi setelah menyampaikan permintaan kredit, pelanggan perlu meyakinkan pemasok bahwa mereka dapat dipercaya dan tidak akan gagal membayar. Cara yang biasa dilakukan misalnya dengan menyebutkan hubungan kerjasama sebelumnya, misal sudah bekerja selama lebih dari 1 tahun, atau contoh lainnya yang kedua itu ada pelanggan juga dapat menunjukkan bahwa selama beberapa bulan terakhir ini mereka selalu melakukan pembayaran tepat waktu. Atau contoh lainnya itu pelanggan bisa menjelaskan bagaimana perusahaan itu bahwa perusahaan mereka itu udah mapan dan dapat memberikan referensi jika diperlukan. Next slide. Okay, after explaining the request and giving reason, the letter should end with a proper closing. So the closing, for example, first is we hope for a favorable decision and look forward to your reply. Or next is we hope you will follow up the references we have submit. We'll look forward to your confirmation that payment by 30-day bill of exchange is acceptable. As soon as we receive your confirmation that you will allow to open account of facilities we have asked for, we will send our next order. Jadi pada bagian penutup ini, pelanggan menyampaikan harapan agar permintaan kredit ini dapat disetujui dan menunggu balasan dari pemasok. Pelanggan ini juga bisa meminta pemasok untuk memberikan referensi yang telah diberikan dan bisa menyatakan kalau fasilitas kredit ini disetujui, mereka akan segera mengirim pesanan berikutnya. Okay, next material will be explained by Rido.
Okay, thank you, Intan. So in this slide, we will explain about replying to request for credit, agreeing to credit. So if the supplier doesn't think it necessary to take up reference, they may grant credit immediately. For example, like as we have been trading for over years, reference will not be necessary. You may clear your account by 30-day bills of exchange, which will be sent to Burnley Bank, Queen's Building, Cathay Park, Cardiff, CF1 9UG, with shipping document for acceptance. For the second example is, we are pleased to inform you that the credit facilities you asked for are acceptable, and as we know the reputation of your company, there will be no need for us to contact any referees. I would just like to confirm that we agreed settlement will be made against monthly statements. We'll forward to receiving your next order. So if the reference are considered necessary, however, the supplier will acknowledge the request and then reply in full when reference have been received. For the example, we have now received the necessary reference and please to inform you that from next order payment can be made on quarterly basis against statements. For the second example, the referees you give us have replied and we are able to tell you that as from next month you may settle your account on document against acceptance basis by 60 days. PA. Nah, jadi sini untuk menyetujui kredit ya yang pertama kan tadi jelaskan kayak jika suppliernya nganggap nggak perlu minta referensi, jadi mereka bisa langsung memberikan kreditnya kayak contohnya tuh yang tadi yang pertama saya jelasin. Terus juga yang kedua ini ketika referensinya dianggap perlu, jadi suppliernya mengakui permintaan tersebut dan kemudian memberikan balasan lengkap setelah referensinya itu. For in this slide, we will explain about refishing credit. So when refishing credit facilities, the writer must explain why the request has been turned down. The reply must be worded carefully so as not to offend the customer. For example, thank you for your letter of 9 November in which you asked to be put on open account. Unfortunately, we never allow credit facilities to customer until they have traded with us for over a year. We are very sorry that we cannot be more helpful at present. And for next example is we regret that we are unable to offer upon account terms to customers as product are completely priced and with small profit margins. It is economical to allow credit facilities. Next, next example is we are sorry that we cannot offer credit facilities of any kind at present owing to inflation. However, if the situation improve, we may able to reconsider your request. For the next example, we have considered your request for quarterly settlements, but feel that with our competitive pricing policy, which leaves only small profit margins, it would be uneconomical to allow credit on your present. For the next examples, we have considered your request for quarterly settlements, but feel that with our competitive pricing policy, which leaves only small profit margins, it will be economical to allow credit on your present purchase. However, if you can offer usual reference and increase your purchase by at least 50%, we will be willing to consider the situation. Jadi kita saat menolak kredit, penulis harus menjelaskan kenapa permintaan tersebut ditolak. Terus juga jawabannya itu harus disusun dengan hati-hati biar nggak menyinggung si pelanggan itu juga. Jadi seperti contoh yang saya jelaskan tadi. Boleh next slide? Okay, next slide is negotiation. Sometimes a supplier will not offer as much credit as the customers wants, but will negotiate a compromise. For example, I regret that we cannot offer your credit for as long as 3 months. Since this will be uneconomical for us, however, we are prepared to offer you settlements against monthly statements. Perhaps you will let me if this acceptable. For the second example, so we do not usually offer credit facilities. We will be prepared to consider partial credit. In this case, you will pay half your invoice on a cash basis and the rest by 30-day bills of exchange if this arrange. Oke, jadi di sini tuh eh ketika supplier nggak menawarkan kredit sebanyak yang diinginkan pelanggan, tapi kita tuh masih bisa negosiasiin juga kompromi. Oke, boleh next slide. Okay, next slide is reply while waiting for reference. In some cases, you will not be able to grant credit without making further investigation. In particular, you may want to take up the reference your customer has offered. In this case, your reply will be little more than an acknowledgement of the request. For example, thank you for your letter in which you asked for credit facilities. At present, we're writing to the reference you mentioned, and we'll let you know as soon as we hear from them. For the next example, in reply to your email of 8 June, we will consider your request to pay by 30-day bill of exchange and will contact you by letter as soon as we have reached the decision. For the third example, with reference to your letter of 15 March, in which you ask for upon account facilities, I will contact you as soon as the usual inquiries have been made. For the last example, as we have only just received your letter asking for credit facilities, would you allow us to a little time to consider the matter? I will be in touch with you again within the next couple of weeks. Nah, jadi dalam beberapa di slide ini kan dalam beberapa kasus kalian nggak mungkin juga kan kayak memberikan kredit tanpa melakukan penyelidikan lebih lanjut, kayak lebih ngeliat lebih lanjut perusahaannya itu. Nah, jadi kalian kan bisa secara khusus minta referensi apa yang diberikan pelanggan. Jadi dalam kasus ini jawaban kalian nih cuma akan berupa pengakuan atas permintaan tersebut, teman-teman. Boleh next slide. Okay, for the next slide, we'll explain by my friend.
Okay, on this slide, there is an example. Next, okay. The first is a response for open account facilities. This letter is a request for open account or credit facilities sent by Air Hooks and Son Ltd to Mr. R. Cliff of Homemakers Ltd. In this letter, Mr. Robert Hughes writes to his supplier, Mr. Cliff, proposing a shift from paying per individual invoice to a more convenient monthly statement system. Since they have an established trading relationship, Hooks seeks this credit arrangement to streamline their accounts. He also includes a new purchase order for Sleep Comfy beds and offers to provide necessary trade reference to support his credit worthiness. Jadi di sini ada respon atas atau tanggung jawab atas fasilitas rekening yang terbuka. Jadi, di dalam surat ini, Bapak Robert Hooks menulis kepada pemasoknya, Bapak Cliff, yang mengusulkan peralihan dari pembayaran per faktur individual ke sistem laporan bulanan yang lebih praktis, karena mereka memiliki hubungan dagang yang sudah terjalin. Jadi Hooks ini menginginkan pengaturan kredit untuk menyederhanakan pembukuan mereka. Ia juga menyertakan pesanan pembelian baru untuk tempat tidur Sleep Comfy dan menawarkan untuk memberikan referensi perdagangan yang diperlukan untuk mendukung kelayakan kreditnya. Next slide, please. Okay, the next example is reply granting open account facilities. This letter is a reply from Homemakers Ltd to R. Hooks and Son Ltd regarding the request for credit facilities. In the letter, Homemakers expressed appreciation for the order placed and respond to the request for monthly payment terms. They explained that paying within 7 days would be more advantageous due to a discount offered, but they still agree to allow monthly payments. Furthermore, since R. Hooks and Son Ltd is a long-standing customer, no reference are required. The invoice for the order will be included in the next statement. Nah, jadi di sini ada contoh dari balasan yang memberikan fasilitas akun terbuka. Jadi di dalam surat ini, Homemakers ini menyampaikan apresiasi pesanan yang telah dilakukan dan menanggapi permintaan untuk jangka waktu pembayaran bulanan. Mereka menjelaskan bahwa pembayaran dalam 7 hari akan lebih menguntungkan karena adanya diskon yang ditawarkan. Tapi mereka tetap setuju untuk mengizinkan pembayaran bulanan. Karena R. Hooks dan Son Ltd adalah pelanggan lama, jadi tidak diperlukan referensi. Faktor untuk pesanan tersebut juga akan disertakan dalam laporan tagihan berikutnya. Next slide. Okay, the third is example request for general credit facilities. This letter is a request for general credit facilities from SA to LG Electronics AG. In the letter, the sender states their intention to place a substantial order in the coming weeks and asks about the credit terms available. The sender also explains that over the past few months they have made several purchases and have always paid promptly, hoping this has established a good reputation with the company. Furthermore, they are willing to provide reference if required. At the end of the letter, the sender proposed settling future accounts every 3 months based on quarterly statements. Jadi yang ketiga ini ada contoh dari surat permohonan fasilitas kredit umum. Dalam surat ini, pengirim itu menyatakan niat mereka untuk melakukan pemesanan dalam jumlah besar dalam beberapa minggu mendatang dan menanyakan tentang persyaratan kredit yang tersedia. Pengirim juga menjelaskan bahwa selama beberapa bulan terakhir, mereka telah melakukan beberapa pembelian dan selalu membayar tepat waktu. Berharap hal ini telah membangun reputasi yang baik dengan perusahaan, mereka bersedia memberikan referensi jika diperlukan. Lalu di akhir surat itu, pengirim mengusulkan untuk melunasi rekening di masa mendatang setiap 3 bulan berdasarkan laporan triwulan. Next slide. Okay, the next is refusal of credit facilities. This letter is a reply from LG Electronics AG to Dix SA regarding a request for credit facilities. In the letter, the company expresses appreciation for the customer interest and past order, acknowledging their good reputation. However, they explain that their products are sold at highly competitive price, resulting in low profit margins, which prevents them from offering credit facilities. Therefore, the request is politely refuse while still maintaining a positive tone for future business relations. Kemudian selanjutnya ini ada penolakan dari fasilitas kredit. Nah, ini merupakan balasan mengenai permintaan fasilitas kredit tadi. Tapi dalam surat ini tuh perusahaan menyampaikan apresiasi atas minat pelanggan dan pesanan sebelumnya serta mengakui reputasi baik mereka. Tapi mereka ngejelasin kalau produk mereka dijual dengan harga yang sangat kompetitif sehingga menghasilkan margin keuntungan yang rendah yang mencegah mereka untuk menawarkan fasilitas kredit. Jadi permintaan tersebut itu ditolak dengan sopan sambil tetap menjaga nada positif untuk hubungan bisnis yang mendatang. Boleh di next? Oke, selanjutnya ada request for change in the terms of payment. The first email is a request from Richard Mackenzie to John Merton asking to change the payment terms. He explains that the current method using a letter of credit is not suitable for their accounting system and proposes quarterly payment via an international banker's draft. He also offers to provide reference if needed and asks for confirmation of acceptance. Di sini ada contoh surat permintaan perubahan syarat pembayaran. Jadi, di surat ini dijelaskan bahwa metode saat ini menggunakan letter of credit itu tidak sesuai dengan sistem akuntansi mereka dan mengusulkan pembayaran triwulan melalui Wesel Bank Internasional. Dan juga menawarkan untuk memberikan referensi jika diperlukan dan meminta konfirmasi penerimaan. The next is notification of taking up reference. The reply email from John Merton states that they will consider the request and check the reference provided. If the reference are satisfactory, the new payment terms will be accepted and applied to the next order. Nah, yang terakhir ini ada pemberitahuan penerimaan referensi email balasan dari John Merton ini menyatakan bahwa mereka akan mempertimbangkan permintaan tersebut dan memeriksa referensi yang diberikan. Kalau misalnya referensinya memuaskan nih syarat pembayarannya, baru akan diterima dan diterapkan pada pesanan berikutnya. Oke, next. Okay, next material will be explained by Intan.
Okay. Moving on to the next topic is asking about credit rating. So, in the part of opening states who you are, why you need the information, and the company was given as a reference. For the example, we are glass manufacturer and have recently begun to export to the UK. DR Mitchell and Son, who are customer of yours, have placed an order with us but want to pay by 30-day bill of exchange. They have informed us that you would be prepared to act as the referees. The second example is we are furniture wholesaler and have been asked by LR Naismith and Co. Limited of 20 Bursley Road, Sheffield, to offer them open account facilities with quarterly settlement terms. They have given us your name as a reference. Jadi bagian pembuka dalam permintaan informasi kredit ini menjelaskan siapa pengirim suratnya, alasan membutuhkan informasi, dan bahwa perusahaan yang ditanyakan itu telah memberikan nama pihak tersebut sebagai referensi. Nah, misalnya pada contoh sebuah perusahaan yang baru memulai eksplor ingin mengetahui apakah pelanggan mereka layak untuk diberikan kredit atau enggak. Terus juga ada contoh perusahaan proses furnitur yang ingin mengetahui apakah calon pelanggannya ini dapat dipercaya sebelum memberikan fasilitas akun terbuka. Okay. The next slide, after the opening, the next step is asking for detailed information about the customer's financial reliability. So in this section, the writer clearly states what information is needed about the company creditworthiness. For the example, the first one is we would like to know if the company is creditworthy and has a good reputation. And next is we would be grateful if you could tell us if the company is reliable in settling its accounts promptly. And next is could you let us know if this company is capable of repaying a loan of the size within the specific time. And the last is could you tell us if the company has a good reputation in your country, whether they can be relied on the settle promptly on due dates, and what limit you would place or have placed on credit when dealing with them. Jadi pada bagian ini penulis menjelaskan secara jelas atau secara detail gitu ya, informasi apa aja sih yang dibutuhin mengenai kelayakan kredit perusahaan. Mereka juga ingin mengetahui apakah perusahaan tersebut layak mendapatkan kredit atau memiliki reputasi yang baik. Jadi mereka juga mengetahui apakah perusahaan tersebut dapat diandalkan dalam membayar tagihan tepat waktu, atau mereka juga ingin memastikan apakah perusahaan ini mampu membayar pinjaman dalam waktu tertentu atau dalam waktu yang telah ditentukan, dan mereka juga dapat menanyakan batas kredit yang layak diberikan kepada perusahaan tersebut. Okay, finally, asking about credit rating, the letter ends with appreciation and confidently. The closing part, in closing, the reader thanks the reader, assures confidently, and may over the reciprocate the help. For the example, we would like to thank you in advance for the information and can assure you that it will be treated in the strict confidence. Or the next example is your help will be appreciated and the information will be held in confidence. We will return the favor should the opportunity arise. The last example is we can assure you that information will not be disclosed. Thank you for your assistance in this matter. If we can reciprocate in this similar situation, please don't hesitate to contact us. Jadi pada bagian penutup ini penulis mengucapkan terima kasih atas bantuan yang telah diberikan. Terus juga penulis juga bisa menjamin bahwa informasi yang diberikan akan dijaga kerahasiaannya, atau contoh closing lain itu penulis bisa menawarkan bantuan serupa di masa depan kalau dibutuhkan. Bagian ini juga penting untuk menunjukkan profesionalisme dan menjaga hubungan bisnis yang baik. Okay, if the supplier still needs more detailed information, they can use an inquiry agency. Nah, using an inquiry agency ini, or an inquiry agency can provide more detailed information about a company financial background, creditworthiness, and ability to meet obligation. For the example, the company named on the enclosed slip has written to us asking if we would allow them to settle by 60-day bill of exchange. Our trading with them so far has only been up to 1,500 euro. As we know nothing about them or their creditworthiness, could you investigate their business activities over the past few years and give us a detailed report? Or the next example, we have been asked by the F. Rowlands Limited of Milton Trading Estate, Peterborough, to provide them with a credit up to 500 euro by allowing them to settle by quarterly statements. As we have no knowledge of this company, would it be possible for you to give us detailed information of their trading activities over, say, the past 3 years? Jadi, jika pemasok masih membutuhkan informasi yang lebih rinci mengenai pelanggan, mereka dapat menggunakan jasa inquiry agensi atau agen penyelidikan. Jadi agen ini itu bisa memberikan informasi yang lebih lengkap mengenai latar belakang keuangan perusahaan, kelayakan kredit, dan kemampuan mereka dalam memenuhi kewajiban pembayaran. Biasanya agen ini juga dapat menyelidiki aktivitas bisnis perusahaan selama beberapa tahun terakhir untuk membantu pemasok mengambil keputusan. Okay, the next material is about replying to inquiries about product rating. So, in most countries, laws protect company from having their reputation damaged by statements that could harm their good name. Therefore, this must be considered when giving information about the company creditworthiness or standing. Jadi di banyak negara itu terdapat hukum yang melindungi perusahaan agar reputasinya tidak dirusak oleh pernyataan yang dapat merugikan nama baik mereka. Karena itu, saat memberikan informasi mengenai kelayakan kredit atau kondisi perusahaan, seseorang itu harus berhati-hati dan hanya memberikan informasi yang benar serta relevan. Jadi hal ini sangat penting karena agar tidak menimbulkan masalah hukum maupun merusak hubungan bisnis di masa yang akan datang. So, the next material will be explained by Rido.
Okay, thank you, Intan. So in this slide is refusing to reply. There are a number of reasons why you may not wish to reply to an inquiry. If, for example, the company writing to you doesn't state that you have been named as a referee by their customer, and you do not want to risk offending a business associate, it will be better not to make any comment. Nah, jadi untuk yang ini ada sejumlah alasan kenapa kalian mungkin nggak membalas pertanyaan. Misalnya kalau perusahaan yang mengirim surat kepada kalian ini nggak menyatakan bahwa kalian telah ditunjuk sebagai referensi oleh pelanggan mereka, dan kalian nggak ingin mengambil resiko menyinggung rekan bisnisnya. Lebih baik kalian tuh nggak memberikan komentar apapun. Kayak contohnya, thank you for your concerning our customer, but we cannot give you any information until we get permission from from the customer. Could you therefore, as the person mentioned in your letter, to write to us asking us to act as referees? We will when then be happy to give you the necessary information. For the second example, as we have not been asked by the person mentioned in your letter to write a reference on their behalf, we cannot supply any information about them. So if you do not know enough about the company to comment, then it's better say so. Jadi ketika kalian udah tahu company-nya seperti apa untuk komennya, jadi kan lebih baik contoh mengatakannya kayak example-nya, with reference to the company you mentioned in your letter of 9 October, we are sorry to say we know a little about them, as we have only supplied them on a couple occasions. Therefore, we cannot give you any details of their trading recording or record or credit standing. For the second example, thank you for your letter which we received today. Unfortunately, we know nothing about the company, as our only dealing with they have been on cash basis. We are sorry that we cannot help you in this matter. Okay. Terus, sometimes you may simply not want to give any information about a customer whether you know their reputation or not. In this case, a polite refusal generalizing your statement is the best course of action. Nah, jadi ketika kalian mungkin kan nggak mau ngasih tahu informasi tentang customer atau kalian tahu reputasinya atau enggak. Jadi kalau di kasus ini kalian tuh secara sopan untuk menolak ya teman-teman. Contohnya, with reference to your letter at 16 October, in which you asked about the credit standing of one of our customer, we regret that it is our policy never to give information about customers to inquiries as business associates of ours. We are sure you will appreciate this. Perhaps an inquiry agency will be more helpful. Next slide. Oke, selanjutnya replying unfavorably. Unfavorably. If you give an unfavorable reply, do not mention the name of company. Give only the facts as the concern you. Do not offer opinions and remind the company you are writing so that information strictly confidential. It advisable not to use an open system like fax or email for distant communication. Oke, jadi ketika kalian memberikan replying unfavorably atau jawaban yang nggak menguntungkan, jangan sebutin nama perusahaan tersebut. Kayak kalian berikan hanya fakta-fakta yang berkaitan dengan kalian aja. Jangan memberikan opini dan ingatkan perusahaan yang kalian kirimin surat ini eh, bahwa informasi kalian tuh bersifat sangat rahasia. Jadi sebaiknya jangan menggunakan sistem terbuka atau seperti fax atau email untuk jenis komunikasi ini. Nah, jadi di sini ada contohnya. For the first example, with reference to your letter of 9th 19 April, in which you asked us to act as referees for the customer mentioned. We have only dealt with them on a few occasions, but found they tended to delay payment and had to be reminded several times before their account was cleared. But we have no idea of their trading records with uh, other company. We are sure we'll treat this information strictest confidence. For the second example, in reply to your letter of 14 September concerning the customer you inquired about, we regret that we cannot recommend the firm as being reliable in their credit dealings, but this information based only on our own experience of trading with them. We offer this information on strict understanding that it will be treated confidentially. Next slide, please. And next slide is replying favorably. Even in a favorable reply, you should still not mention the customer name if possible. You can state that you have low credit facilities, and if you are sure, you could mention the customer has a good reputation within your trading. In the example below, you will see that reference should still be considered confidential, and that referee takes no responsibility for how information used. Nah, jadi ketika kalian dalam replying favorably atau balasan yang menguntungkan, kalian tetap harus ngindarin menyebutin apa ya, nama pelanggannya jika memungkinkan. Jadi kalian bisa menyatakan bahwa kalian telah memberikan fasilitas kredit dan jika kalian yakin, kalian bisa menyebutkan kalau pelanggan tersebut tuh memiliki reputasi yang baik di dalam dunia bisnis. Kayak di sini tuh ada contoh nih dari bawah kita nih ada eh, bahwa kalian bisa melihat referensi tersebut tuh dianggap rahasia dan pemberi referensi tidak bertanggung jawab atas bagaimana informasi tersebut nih. Contohnya, we are pleased to inform you that in our experience, the company mentioned in your letter of 7 November is completely reliable and can be trusted to clear their balance promptly on due dates. However, we take no responsibility for how this information is used. For the second example, with regard to the company mentioned in your letter of 8 December, we can assure that they have excellent reputation in dealing with their suppliers, and though we have not given them the credit terms they have asked for you, we will allow them these facilities if they approach us. Please treat this information as confidential. Next slide, please. So for the next slide is example. Next slide. Okay, for this example is a letter to a referee one. In the letter, Glasson Potteries write to Mr. Pearson to ask about another company, Mackenzie Bros. They explain that Mackenzie Bros want to buy goods on credits and pay every 3 months. Because of that, Glasson Potteries needs to check if the company is financially reliable. They ask Mr. Pearson, who is listed as a referee, to confirm that whether Mackenzie Bros are trustworthy and able to pay their debts. They also promise that any information he gives will be kept confidential. Nah, jadi dalam surat tersebut tuh Glaston Potteries menulis kepada Bapak Pearson untuk menanyakan tentang perusahaan lain, Mackenzie Bros. Jadi mereka menjelaskan bahwa Mackenzie Bros ingin membeli barang kredit membeli barang secara kredit dan membayar setiap 3 bulan. Nah, karena itu Glasson Potteries perlu apa ya, memeriksa apakah perusahaan tersebut dapat diandalkan secara finansial. Jadi mereka meminta Tuan Pearson atau Bapak Pearson yang terdaftar sebagai pemberi referensi untuk mengkonfirmasi apakah Mackenzie Bros dapat dipercaya dan mampu membayar utang mereka. Mereka juga di surat ini tuh mereka berjanji bahwa informasi apapun yang diberikan akan dirahasiakan, teman-teman. Boleh next slide, Intan. Oke, next slide is reverse reply. Jadi di sini ada jawaban dari Mr. Person. So in this letter, Mr. Person replies to the request. He says that he contacted Mackenzie Bros and confirms that he is willing to act as their referee. He gives a positive opinion about the company, saying they have a very good reputation and have done business well for many years. He also explained that They have always paid on time without problems. Based on this experience, he assured Grayson Potteries that they can trust Mackenzie Bros and simply give them credit facilities. Nah, jadi dalam surat ini, surat balasan dari Bapak Pearson atau Tuan Pearson ini menjawab permintaan tersebut. Ia mengatakan bahwa Bapak si Pearson ini dia udah menghubungi Mackenzie Bros dan menegaskan bahwa ia bersedia bertindak sebagai referensi mereka. Ia memberikan pendapat positif tentang perusahaan tersebut, mengatakan bahwa mereka memiliki reputasi yang sangat baik dan telah menjalankan bisnis dengan baik selama bertahun-tahun. Dia juga menjelaskan bahwa mereka selalu membayar tepat waktu dan tanpa masalah. Berdasarkan pengalaman ini, dia meyakinkan Lesson Potteries bahwa mereka dapat mempercayai Mackenzie Bros dan dengan aman memberikan fasilitas kredit kepada mereka. Oke, next slide. Okay, for the next slide will be explained by Silka.
Okay, thank you, Rido. The next example is letter to a referee to. In the letter, Daniel Kelsio from Cetex SPA writes to Mr. T. Grover at Grover Menswear Ltd. to request a credit reference for a potential customer. F. Lynch and CO Ltd. The sender seeks to verify the customer's financial reliability, specifically asking if they settle their accounts promptly on due dates and if they are trustworthy for credit transaction up to 5,000 euro. Jadi dalam surat tersebut, Daniel Calcio dari Cetex SPA ini menulis kepada Bapak T. Grover di Grover Menswear Ltd. Untuk meminta referensi kredit untuk calon pelanggan F. Lynch and CO Ltd. Nah, pengirim ini ingin memverifikasi keandalan keuangan pelanggan, khususnya menanyakan apakah mereka melunasi rekening mereka tepat waktu dan apakah mereka dapat dipercaya untuk transaksi kredit hingga 5.000 euro. The next slide, please. Nah, di sini ada reference reply to atau balasan suratnya. In the letter, Mr. Grover confirms that they have a long-standing 10-year business relationship with the company and provides a positive recommendation, stating they will comfortably offer credit up to 5,000 euro. However, the writer also includes a formal disclaimer emphasizing that the information is strictly confidential and that his company accepts no legal responsibility for how the recipient chooses to use this information. Jadi di dalam balasan surat ini, Bapak Grover tuh menegaskan bahwa mereka memiliki hubungan bisnis yang telah terjalin selama 10 tahun dengan perusahaan tersebut dan memberikan rekomendasi positif, yaitu mereka menyatakan dengan senang hati akan menawarkan kredit hingga 5.000 euro. Tapi dia juga menyertakan pernyataan resmi yang menekankan bahwa informasi tersebut itu bersifat sangat rahasia dan perusahaannya itu tidak bertanggung jawab secara hukum atas bagaimana penerima memilih untuk menggunakan informasi ini. The next slide. Okay, the next is negative replies to inquiries about rating. In the letter, Mr. Grover confirms that they have a long-standing 10-year business relationship with the company and provides a positive recommendation, stating they walk comfortably over credit up to 5,000 euro. However, the writer also includes a formal disclaimer emphasizing that the information is strictly confidential and that his company accepts no legal responsibility for how the recipient chooses to use this information. Nah, dalam surat ini tuh tanggapan negatif terhadap pertanyaan tentang ratingnya. Jadi dalam surat tersebut, Bapak Grover menegaskan bahwa mereka memiliki hubungan bisnis yang terjalin selama 10 tahun. Dan menyatakan bahwa mereka dengan nyaman akan menawarkan kredit hingga 5.000 euro. Tapi juga menekankan bahwa informasi bersifat sangat rahasia dan perusahaannya juga nggak bertanggung jawab secara hukum atas bagaimana penerima memilih untuk menggunakan informasi ini. The next slide. Oke, di sini ada letter to inquiry agent. In the letter, Pat Marlowe requests a detailed financial background check on Falcon Retailers Ltd, who has applied for a credit limit of 8,000 euro. The inquiry specifically seeks information regarding past bad debts, legal action for debt recovery, market reputation, and any history of bankruptcy to ensure the business can safely offer open accounts facilities. Jadi ini ada surat kepada agen. Di dalam surat tersebut, Pat Marlowe meminta pemeriksaan latar belakang keuangan terperinci atas Falcon Retailers Ltd yang telah mengajukan batas kredit sebesar 8.000 euro. Penyelidikan ini secara khusus mencari informasi mengenai piutang macet di masa lalu, tindakan hukum untuk penagihan utang, reputasi pasar, dan riwayat kebangkrutan apapun untuk memastikan bisnis tersebut dapat dengan aman menawarkan fasilitas rekening terbuka. The next slide, please. Oke, di sini yang terakhir ada contoh dari inquiry agent's reply atau balasan dari agen investigasinya. In this document is a credit investigation report issued by Credit Investigation Ltd regarding a company called Falcon Retailers Ltd. It provides a detailed professional assessment of the company's financial background, highlighting its 400,000 euro annual turnover and clean bankruptcy record since 1993. Although the report mentioned a past legal dispute and a tendency to delay payments due to overstocking, it concludes that the company is generally reliable and not dishonest. This letter serves as a vital tool for business to evaluate the creditworthiness and potential risk of a prospective partner before engaging in trade. Jadi dokumen ini tuh adalah laporan investigasi kredit yang dikeluarkan oleh Credit Investigation Ltd mengenai sebuah perusahaan bernama Falcon Retailers Ltd. Isi laporannya itu memberikan penilaian profesional yang terperinci tentang latar belakang keuangan perusahaan, menyoroti omset tahunan sebesar 400.000 euro dan catatan bersih kebangkrutan sejak tahun 1993. Meskipun laporan tersebut menyebutkan perselisihan hukum di masa lalu dan kecenderungan untuk menunda pembayaran karena kelebihan stok, laporan tersebut menyimpulkan bahwa perusahaan tersebut umumnya dapat diandalkan dan tidak curang. Surat ini berfungsi sebagai alat penting bagi bisnis untuk mengevaluasi kelayakan kredit dan potensi risiko calon mitra sebelum melakukan perdagangan. Oke, boleh di next. Okay, that concludes our topic for today. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section. We from Group 6 would like to close the presentation session. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.